With this middle part, just make sure you're darker on the sides, lighter in the center. I'll show you a finished example. Either look at reference pictures online of your chosen objects to figure out some realistic fades and blends to do to them. That's a quick little cheat for some objects. Hazy edges, and then 3, 2, 1 at the bottom going up. I can do the same for this object. Hazy, little 2, 1 edges. Pushing the edges back in space. And then a little 3, 2, 1 from the bottom of it going up. Choose some type of interesting fade to put in your object in the background or your symbol in the background. Like I can do heavy to light. A quick heavy to light would probably look really good. I find my darker blue color pencil. Let's see, doing a really quick heavy to light. I'll show you guys a finished example. Grab you a shadow color. Great shadow colors are blue, purple, dark brown, gray, black. But if you're going to choose black, you have really got to be careful with your pressure, okay? We're going to look at this section where the icing starts to turn. Underneath this icing, right on the outline and under it, lay in a level 4 pressure. Small circle it. If you sweep it, it's not going to blend out. Have a level 4. Now we need to blur that 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very thin going into a 3. Very thin going into a 2. And then getting rid of those distracting edges into a 1. We did a 4, 3, 2, 1 fade. Now do a thin 3, 2, 1 going down here. We have us a 3 going down into a 2 and following these edges into a gentle 1, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stick to shadow on the bottom right sides of things, not coming out of the left of things. Level 3 on the other side, or a level 4. Yeah, needs a level 4. Notice how I stopped whenever it curved down. Time to blur this down. 4, 3, 2, 1, going down. Skipping to this side, level 4. I'm not following down here. That's a left side of something. We're only doing right sides of things. I have in a 4. I'll zoom in. 4. Going downward to a 3, 2, 1. Underneath this icing, we need another very thin 3, 2, 1 fade. I feel like it's easier for y'all to see if I turn the paper this way. I'm going 3, 2, 1. Use your shadow color to create a little bit of level 2 or level 1 haziness on the inside of the cake at the bottom. Just a little bit of haziness. We need to have some drop shadow guidelines. Use your drawing pencil. I'm going to do this heavy. I want you to do it lightly. And put you in a diagonal line here. And that same diagonal line over here. Try to make them match in what angle they go in. Same thing for your object. That's your shadow perimeters. Shadow perimeters. If you have an object on your cake, shadow perimeters. Even just putting those lines there, they're not going down, they're at an angle. you can see where the shadow is kind of supposed to be. Turning my cake up and down this way this time, because I'm left-handed and you'll be able to see my fade better. I'm gonna do a 3-2-1 fade, or like maybe a 4-3-2-1 fade, but it all has to go at an angle going this way. Darkest closest to the cake, getting lighter and lighter the further away I go. Laying in my level 4 pressure closest to the cake. Because my blues match so much, I'm actually going to lay in a level 5 because my blues are too matchy-matchy. So have me in a level 5. Going to skip my object for now, skipping it on this side, level 5, level 5. Now I'm going to go in with a wider level 4. Skipping my object for now. Watch how the shadow continues all the way to the diagonal line. My level 4 continues, I'll zoom in even more, all the way to the diagonal. Then I'll go over more with a level 3, and now I'm gonna make a trip going back up. I'm not even in the shot anymore. Okay, sorry. Going back up, like I said earlier. Notice how it stays within the perimeter of the diagonal, going into a 2. The 2 is going to go all the way to this diagonal. And getting those nice soft edges with a 1. When I turn the paper like this, my shadow looks like that. I can erase out those old, oh, here's my eraser. Old perimeter lines for that shadow. I don't need that anymore. And I don't need this perimeter line anymore. Let's take care of our object shadow, okay? Object shadow is going to bump out further than the original one. So my level 5 is going to curve around it. And then I'm going to go into my level 4, keeping it in those perimeter lines. Three, 2, and 1. You can still see your perimeter lines. Erase those out. We have a shadow underneath our object on our cake. Make this really thin, just a thin, this is not as dramatic of a shadow, just a thin, hazy, three, two, one, staying in those perimeter lines. I'm going to use the mirror principle, like how we did with our city. If this is going up this way, my shadow will go up a bit more out this way, if you want to get like super fancy. Mirroring my object. When I turn it back a long ways, I have something like this. We're getting close to the end, I promise. Time for some hazy texture outlines. Choose whatever color you had for the bottom part of your cake. Outline your texture and then just make a little bit of haziness around it. Outline all your texture lines and then just make them a little hazy. I'm doing like level 5 outlines. Even my dots, after I outline them, I make a little bit of haziness around them. Up here, I'll choose my magenta, outlining my texture, and just making a little bit of haziness around it. The texture on my cake, I'll outline, but just choose one way to do some haziness. Don't do haziness on both sides of your outline. Like I'll just haze whatever part is going down closest to the bottom. Down from my outlines. Whatever part is going toward the bottom of the cake is going to get the hazy 2-1 outlines. My outlines have been coming out a little too heavy. Let's start doing some level 3 outlines instead. I'm not going to make these hazy. It's just my finishing touches, defining my edges.